Hello friends, my name's Phoebe. I'm on a music discovery journey and I would like you to come along with me. I've been checking out bands from around the world, both old, new and everything in between, to catch up on music because I've fallen behind, and I started this channel to try and catch up, or at least find some of the greats and share them with you. And hopefully you can share some with me too, and between us we can catch up together, or at least cover some of the great bangers along the way. One of these, oh, by the way, please like and subscribe if you can help. Every little helps. We are nearing 20,000 subscribers, and I think we've just got one last push to get there. No pressure whatsoever. I'm grateful for what I have, not what I haven't got, but just an FYI, just in case anyone's feeling generous. Now, one of these bands that I have recently discovered, I've heard about them for a while, I just hadn't gotten around to listening to them. Story of my life. Lorna Shore. Lorna Shore, I am just impressed with everything I hear so far. Will Ramos, I think he says Will Ramos, his vocals are insane. I've seen that there are like documentaries looking into his vocal cords because they are just absolutely insane. I'm just, while we're here, because I suddenly now have forgotten names and I need to be refreshed. Let me just tell you quickly. Lorna Shore is a American deathcore band formed in New Jersey in 2009. I'm very late to the party. The group consists currently of lead guitarist Adam D'Amico. I hope I've said that right, but please correct me if I'm wrong. Austin Archie, drummer. I've never seen anyone drum so fast. Very cool. Rhythm guitarist Andrew O'Connor. Vocalist Will Ramos. And bassist Michael Yeager. I've covered, so far on the channel, I've covered To the Hellfire, Prison of Flesh, and Glenwood. I have got a few in the works that I will be uploading soon. We've got the Pain Remains trilogy, we've got some one-take vocals, and we've got a few others that I really want to film, but at the moment, well, one thing at a time, right? I just released my reaction to Prison of Flesh, and I realised that I was so in awe and shock of the video itself that I didn't really break down the lyrics at all. I just kind of went on what I could hear and what I could see. When reacting to videos, it's very easy to get so distracted by one thing, or forget to cover something, because my mind is just taking in all these little elements, and every single detail is so interesting. Prison of Flesh was no exception. It was, so after I filmed it, I looked into what it was about, and I read it was about the family struggle with dementia, and that hit home because we have struggled losing people to dementia. I lost my grandma in just before Christmas 2023, and it was a very quick spiral out of things. It was very heartbreaking, and going to visit was just very upsetting, but I wanted to obviously see her. We didn't know that we weren't going to have long with her when we found out she had dementia, but it all happened within a few months, and it was awfully sad, and just got to get through this one. But I'm okay, I'm trying to talk through it. Hearing about this, it kind of made a lot of sense. So I'm going to read what they put in the actual YouTube video. I will link the video below as well, and I will link the video that I did a reaction to, because I don't need to show you it again. I can show you what the video looks like and even take you through some of that, because I want to take you through some of that. So that's kind of how the video starts. There is a frame on the table with some text in it saying, "Your name is Rachel, you are home." Already knowing why that's there is far more powerful, seeing that and knowing the reason behind it. It's because Rachel has dementia, and this is reminding Rachel that she is safe, that she is home. This is home. Also, thinking about it, people with dementia probably don't know what's true, what's not. I'm not sure. The place looks kind of old. Maybe not, but also that can be confusing, putting yourselves in, or putting ourselves in the shoes of someone that might have dementia. If the scenery is different from what we might remember, that can be very scary. I don't know if it's looking old because they've kept decor. I don't think it is. I'll stop that train of thought because I feel like it's not. But anyway, in the description they have written, "This song is exactly what I imagine a lot of people expected of us to put out. We took all of the heaviest stuff we had to create this incredibly dark, high stress tension song, with the drumming and the blood raining down, and not just the drumming. When Lorna Shore are playing in their scenes, you see like blood raining down, playing guitars, hitting the drums. It's so powerful seeing the blood just like splashing off the drums, singing, just everything just crazy raining down on them. I'll see if I can, yeah, I've got a still for that as well. I'm just like going through the video. Hopefully this will be okay. If it's not, I can approach the label and ask them to approve it. Just might take a bit longer to upload, but as you can see here, there's a lot of visuals. It's very in your face, and I think that is really powerful. I think it is needed sometimes, to create a shock factor, almost like a wake-up call. I personally think the breakdown at the end of this is one of my favourites that we've ever written, and I'm excited to see how people engage with this one. Really love the breakdown. I've from the very small collection of songs or tracks that I've heard of theirs so far, they're incredible. They have great breakdowns. I appreciate them. The lyrics for this song are about my family and our history of dementia. I don't know why I'm already... The idea that the world is falling apart, and about the fear of losing touch with reality. They're coming to get me, is what is said, is my way of personifying demons, or something that makes you feel like you're losing pieces of yourself. The closer they get, the further detached you become, until you're nothing but a husk of fear and delusion. That's what Will wrote. And the lyrics. So we'll go into the lyrics. I can't tell where to go. I'm falling into twilight, where the shadows meet my skin. Something has come for my mind. Even just from those lyrics, from those 4 lines, I can't tell where to go. I don't know. I don't know anymore. I'm not sure. This is unfamiliar to me. I'm falling onto twilight, where the shadows meet my skin, darkness enclosing. There's a visual in there as well where there's like darkness closing in on her, on Rachel, and it's very scary looking. It creates that tension and that fear, and that's really articulating and showing what that can feel like, or what that might feel like, that what we can imagine that would feel like with someone feeling like they're losing themselves. Something has come for my mind as well. It's taken over and they feel like they're losing themselves. Slowly it eats me inside. Again, same sort of sentiment there. And I can feel they are coming to get me. It almost feels like someone else is taking over, having control and coming for you. I feel it closing in. They're coming to get me. Where do I go from here now? So, same sort of thing, same sort of sentiment. I feel their grip closing in on my wilting soul, ripping apart all the roots that held me in control. You could just feel that from the lyrics, and it's a really deep and dark visual that you can imagine. All the roots that held me in control, you as a person, what grounds you, what your brain, and that kind of spiraling out of control. Wilting soul as well, it's just, yeah, everything's kind of falling apart, fading away. I think it was good to watch the video first and then do this, because I didn't know how much it would get me, but clearly it did, or it is. It's funny watching the video and seeing me just more taken aback by the actual visuals, and now going to this, it's just they're really good at finding a way to describe and articulate things to make you feel it and think it and imagine it. It's very, very great songwriting. Make me whole or split me in two, desensitize my sorrow, replace my insides, a hollow body vacant of all but fear. I can't escape the dark within, these demons reside in me. God, it is really like just this whole being taken over, but the desensitize my sorrow, it's like I'm losing myself that much. I don't even feel, I'm numb to it all, because I don't feel sorrow. I'm desensitized to it. Where there are visuals where Rachel kind of goes on a killing spree and attacks her family, it's almost like she doesn't know what she's doing, but it shows what that might feel like, or what that might look like. Replacing my insides, yeah, just like hollowing out a person. He was talking about how they feel like an empty husk. There's also a visual of like a baby coming out of her, but I wonder if that's more of, or it's like a demon, and I'm guessing that's showing that the demon that has come out, which is incredibly powerful, and also just great visualization. I'm fading faster, searching for answers in the dark until I depart. I drink from the river, withered, lost in the void of my mind. I come to find I'm running out of time. It's just feeling alone, feeling the darkness take over. Lost in the void of my mind. It's this, now they're describing it as a void, nothingness. It's so powerful. I've come to find I'm running out of time. They're coming to get me, forever lost in the dark. I'm running for my life, losing pieces of what is left of my sanity. I evidently am becoming empty inside of this shell. What have I become? Where do I go from here? Now I feel their grip breaking me down, grasping at my neck, playing with memories. Really hits hard. I've definitely picked up one of those menthol tissues. It's got a kind of Vicks-like smell to it. Okay. Alright, that's grounded me a bit actually. Wow. It's just very powerful, saying I'm becoming empty inside of this shell. Again, hollow, empty, feeling nothing, losing what's left of my sanity. What have I become? That's kind of fear, scared. Where do I go from here? Because I don't know what to do. Now I feel their grip breaking me down, grasping at my neck, playing with my memories. That whole taking over. Dementia is, forgetting a lot of your memories, or dementia can seem like someone has been taken back to a period of time, and they either act like they're in that period of time and don't know who you are, or there's many ways it presents itself, and I guess it's different depending on situations, and it could be different. We don't always know what someone is going through when experiencing dementia, and that might be confusing for a while. Might take a while for it to actually be a bit more obvious and clear, and by that point it can be quite scary and too late. But yeah, forgetting who people are, not knowing where we are or where they are, feeling confused and not recognising surroundings, asking for people who are no longer here, even. I had that a lot with my nan. My nan's husband passed away before I was even born. My dad was a teenager. He was very young, and his family were young when his dad passed, when they were younger, years ago. And my grandma, when she was going through it, she was asking for him and for other people that had passed, and it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking, and she would also kind of act like she was a child, and that was hard to see. And I remember going there to visit her, and I dyed my hair pink, and so she wouldn't have recognised me anyway, really. Maybe I used to have brown hair, Then I went blonde, and then I dyed my hair pink, and I remember going there and she said, who's that girl? And it was so hard. It was so hard to hear that and know that she didn't know who I was. I remember her going to the toilet almost immediately after to cry. Because that was really hard. And I remember later in the day, I don't know what was going on in her mind, but she said, "Oh, your hair's not that bad," or something like that, and I was like, "Huh?" It was just that was just interesting. The way she said it, I think sometimes you portray something how you want to hear it, and I just took it at the time as, oh, she was trying to say it's okay. I am here, but just can't communicate that very well. And even if it wasn't, that was my comfort in what I was looking for in that scenario. But yeah, it was just hard, and I'll talk about it after, perhaps. Oh, sorry about that. My keyboard just decided to turn on and off. Basically, she we did get to see her. I think that was in October, and then after coming home we went back out, and we saw her before she died in December, and I'm just grateful I did get to see her and spend time with her before she passed away. But I told her I loved her, and she didn't know who I was, but there were some memories that were precious that, wouldn't have been the same if she'd died suddenly. But it's very hard just sharing my side of my personal experience. It's a lot. It's a lot. All I am is fucking sick. I cannot breathe inside this hell. Suffocate all reason. I'm nothing but barren. A prison of flesh. To confine the curse within my brood. I can't escape the dark within. These demons reside in me. So again, the repeat of those two lines. They say the title, "A Prison of Flesh," to confine the curse within my brood. It's just, yeah, thinking about it worded as a prison of flesh as well. I am inside this body that is now feeling like it's being rendered useless because I have no control over it. And visually the video kind of shows that. Her just annihilating everyone around her, not really knowing what she's doing because it's outside of her control. So that's very powerful. And then the last couple of bits, I'm fading faster, searching for answers in the dark until I depart. I drank from the river, withered, lost in the void of my mind. I've come to find I'm running out of time. They're coming to get me, coming back for me. Burn away the hate. I will suffocate in the ashen wake. Coming back for me. Burn away the hate. I will suffocate. I guess it kind of takes you to the demise of someone that would go through that. It's demise of is demise a respectful word? It almost feels like it's not. It's, I think, on one hand, it's like that stating that something that's not reclining, you know what I mean, fading away. I descend into the void of the ever-growing night. When I'm falling in, you pull me back. Is that like trying to remind her of who she is? To an extent, sometimes it can be done, or there can be times where we're reminded. I have a cat behind me, by the way. I've just spent 25 minutes talking. Anyway. Yeah, I wonder if it feels like it's you pull me back, if only for a brief moment, or only for certain things. I feel the other black festering within me. They're coming to get me. Just so powerful. Yeah, I can absolutely imagine how that depicts someone's thoughts going through dementia and just feeling scared, not knowing where to go, not knowing what to do. It's very hard to it's a very real subject. It's very important to acknowledge. I think a lot of us are scared of dementia. There's no known cure for it, as far as I am aware, as far as most of us are aware, and there's a lot of research into it, but just at the moment all we know is that once, if you're lucky enough to be diagnosed, it's not lucky, but if someone is diagnosed, it's kind of like it's not going to get better from here. And what we've seen from previous experiences, not just my grandma, but she was the most recent one. We've had a few loved ones lost to dementia. My partner lost his grandma that same year in February, and it was just awfully sad over a few years. I don't even know what I was talking about. I guess just it hit home, and I was lucky that we did get to spend some time with her before she passed, but it was still heartbreaking because she wasn't herself, and you don't get to see them before that. You do, obviously, in life you do, but once we found out, it wasn't like you could say your goodbyes or still be there while she remembered who you were. It was just suddenly she'd lost that memory. Yeah, it's very difficult, but it's important to talk about anyway. I think that's where I was trying to go with it. That a lot of people can relate to losing someone from dementia. It's very, very common these days, with more research into it, and just hopefully there can be more ways to deal with it, more cures and more information out there, because that's another thing. We're not given a manual to deal with that kind of thing, and different people deal with it differently, and different people might have a bit more education on it, but it's when you're kind of thrown into that situation, or it feels like you're thrown into that situation, you just do what you can to make it as pleasant for everyone involved. Within reason, you can't pretend everything's all fairies, and well, I don't anyway. I wouldn't just pretend everything is fine, personally, but we're all different. Anyway, thank you so much for listening to my breakdown of the lyrics and the video of Lorna Shore's Prison of Flesh. I really enjoyed that video. I really enjoyed the music to it. It was very, very fast, very brutal, very loud, lots of tension, unsettling feelings, and rightfully so, as we know now. Whether anyone watches this and whether anyone watches to the end is another story, but if you are still here, thank you. Please comment below bloody nightmare that is, if you got this far. If you did also get this far, please like and subscribe, and I will see you very soon, hopefully on the next one. We've got more Lorna Shore coming, we've got more every band ever coming, probably, hopefully. Take care, see you soon, bye bye.